Hi guys, good morning to you. I've just woke up, need a shave. So I keep hearing this story that there is a missing movie called Pied Piper of Clevedon that Elvis made. I just thought, rather than spend loads of time researching it, I thought let's go through it together. I'm just gonna go on to YouTube, just type in Pied Piper of Clevedon. I'm also going to type in missing Elvis movie, and this is quite fascinating. The reason I know about it, I watched an old interview and someone mentioned it in passing, and I thought, I've never heard of that. So I found a clip here, and then we're going to search some different clips and just see if we can get to the bottom of it and read out some stuff. So I'm just going to read, there's this particular gentleman, Dr. Rock and Roll. Says here, in October 1955, producer Arthur Cohen did the movie The Pied Piper of Clevedon. It was a documentary on the life of popular DJ Bill Randle. For the movie, there were several concert performances that were filmed by artists like Elvis Presley, Bill Haley and the Comets, Pat Boone, Laverne Baker and Johnny Ray. Unfortunately, the movie has never seen the light of day. See, this is very interesting to me. Till now, what has happened to the movie? Has manager Colonel Tom Parker destroyed it, like Marshall Little's, bassist of Bill Haley's Comet, said? So, I'll play this clip. We'll get a feel for it. This is Dr. Rock and Roll. And then we're going to just see what else we can find. Talks about this movie, Pied Piper. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Cleveland, a day in the life of a famous disc jockey. It was a portrait of Bill Randle.
Hang on a minute. Right, let's go again. So just thank you to Rock and Roll, Dr. Rock and Roll. Please subscribe to him. Love it, guys.
Hi, Dr. Collector here. How many movies did Elvis make? You might say 31 if you only count the regular movies, and you might say 33 if you also count his concert documentaries like That's the Way It Is and Elvis on Tour. But indeed, Elvis did 34 movies.
Well, let's see. Very passionate guy. Love the picture in the background.
There was one movie that was made even before Love Me Tender. It was called The Pied Piper of Cleveland, and there are many myths surrounding this movie.
And how many of you have even heard of this? Probably loads of you already know. I just heard it for the first time 2 days ago, and I've been putting off, but I wanted to cover it.
In the fall of 1955, director Arthur Cohen did the movie The Pied Piper of Cleveland, a day in the life of a famous disc jockey. It was a portrait of Bill Randle, who at that time was one of the most popular DJs of Cleveland. The movie included live footage shot at local high schools and auditoriums. Amongst the performers were Elvis Presley, Bill Haley and his Comets,
Wow.
Pat Boone, Laverne
Wow, isn't that just amazing? I love Bill Haley as well.
Baker and Johnny Ray. According to a girl who watched the filmed Elvis show, he did the songs Blue Moon of Kentucky, That's
Oh, I love Blue Moon of Kentucky. Wow.
Alright Mama, Good Rockin' Tonight and I Forgot to Remember to Forget. The complete movie material was 48 minutes long and was edited to 18 minutes.
And Pat Boone, I've seen so many interviews of him praising Elvis. He really, really loved Elvis. Loved him.
Bill Randle mentioned the movie when he introduced Elvis on his first national TV appearance on Stage Show in 1956. There are reports about a screening of the full uncut material in a Brooklyn high school, but for whatever reason the movie till now is still unreleased.
So do you guys know anything about this movie? Does anyone have any old, footage of it? Does it exist anywhere? Are there any pictures of it? Please leave in the comments. Let me know, guys. Now, this is such a great picture. Wow.
Music historian Jim Dawson once told that Randle, who died in 2004, sold the rights to Polygram. And there are also reports.
Do you hear that? So he's saying he sold the rights to Polygram.
that Universal Studios has the negatives of the movie, the bass player of Bill Haley and his Comets, Marshall Lytle, mentioned that Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, bought the film and destroyed all copies.
In the
See, look, I really hope that's not true. I really hope that's not true.
1990s, the story about the Pied Piper of Cleveland got really weird. A movie came out that was called The Alien Autopsy, made by Ray Santilli, and Ray Santilli also mentioned the Pied Piper of Cleveland.
In the 90s,
I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but let's keep going.
producer Ray Santilli put out a strange movie called Alien Autopsy and claimed this movie really showed the autopsy of an alien filmed in 1947. He also mentioned that he had purchased the movie The Pied Piper of Cleveland from Bill Randle. Later, the alien story was debunked as a hoax, and this led to claims that the Pied Piper likewise never existed. So the Pied Piper movie still is a mystery, but maybe someday it will be found and finally released to the public.
Okay, right. So let's go back. So thank you to Dr. Rock and Roll. We're going to just click off it and see if any other information comes up. Let's have a look. I did. Let me just see if I can find it. 1 second, guys. Okay, 1 second. Okay, right. So I found. Okay, where are we? Right. I did store something, and someone was talking about this film. I just want to see if it's going to come up. Just want to see what the title of it was. Here we go. 1955 Brooklyn High School concert. Elvis visited. Let me see if it will come up on here. So this somehow relates to it, yeah? I'm just seeing if I can put it onto... Let me just go back here, see if it comes up. Let me just go back here. So obviously we're doing this together. I want to learn about this whilst we're recording this video. Let me just see if it comes up. Lost movie, October 1955. Cleveland disc jockey Bill Randle introduced Elvis Presley on his national television debut. Now this is interesting. Let me just see. It's quite a long video, so I'll see if I can find a shorter one. We've got Elvis Presley Unraveled, the Pied Piper of Cleveland. Oh, what's this? Let's click on this.
Welcome to another Elvis Presley Unraveled. I'm Derek Shelmerdine, author of the book Rock and Roll Unraveled.
Let's see
When
what this
Bill
says.
Haley shared a stage with Elvis at Brooklyn High School Auditorium in Cleveland, Ohio on the 20th of October 1955, little did he realise that the rock and roll world was about to go through a seismic change. Haley was at the height of his success, following his worldwide hit, Rock Around the
So
Clock.
let me just pause it a minute. I just want to read these things. So let's read the posters. You've got Pat Boone, the Four Lads, these top recording stars in person, Elvis Presley, Bill Haley, Thursday, October the 20th in Brooklyn High School. Then we have Brooklyn High School, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees Elvis Presley, Bill Haley performed here during the making of the film short, here we go, The Pied Piper of Cleveland, October 20th, 1955. Bloody interesting, actually, guys. Okay, let's just play this little clip here.
The little-known Elvis Presley was also on the bill that night. Cleveland DJ Bill Randle arranged the gig to make a short film. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame put up a plaque to commemorate the event. Elvis Presley and Bill Haley performed here during the making of the film short The Pied Piper of Cleveland. Sadly, the film never saw the light of day. 3 months later, everything changed when Elvis released Heartbreak Hotel.
Love that. Great little clip. Let me just tell you who the guy is. Any clips I'm using, I want to tell people. This is Derek Shelmerdine. You can see it on the screen. I'm going to subscribe to him. And great. Give him a like. Thank you so much. Let me just give him a little comment just to say thank you. So is it going to let me add comment? Oh, I don't think it's in that. There we go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'd already done a comment on Dr. Rock and Rolls. Let's go back, see what else we can find, guys. Just so interesting. Bill Randall talks about being a star on his Cleveland radio show. Okay, let's give it a go.
Really like Elvis Presley. And I forgot to remember to forget, says that's my favorite record. Likes Tutti Frutti, too. That comes up in about 15 minutes. Here's a letter from Phyllis Wish, W-I-S-C-H, from Shaker Junior High School. She's in the 7th grade. Says this Friday's our Christmas dance. My favorite record's Angels in the Sky. Says I don't see why all the girls go for Elvis Presley. I don't think he's so hot. Then I have a letter here, and this is a real Steve Allen type letter. You know, when Steve gets those letters and they pound and the band hollers with him. This is a real mad letter, and it's from Judy Carson out there. She says, in regards to the letter you read in the air yesterday about Elvis Presley, I think that person is absolutely crazy, underlined, 1 exclamation point. Me and every single one of my friends, both boys and girls, think that Elvis Presley is the greatest ever, 3 exclamation points and underlined 3 times. But when I heard you read that yesterday, I could have chewed nails. And she has a few rather blunt opinions about the people who don't like Elvis Presley. Then she goes on to say that if they don't like him, they can keep their crummy opinions to themselves. We don't have the band hollering in the background here. Says, as far as bringing Elvis back to Cleveland, I, for one, and hundreds of others will be there to see him at any time, any place, and under any circumstances.
Too right.
And she goes on to say, I love Elvis Presley. Wow, 3 exclamation points. The whole general idea is that she digs Elvis the most. For all of the people in Cleveland who have made Elvis overnight one of the really gigantic stars in this particular area, here he is. He's destined to be the big new star of 1956, Elvis Presley. And Scotty and Bill, and I forgot to remember to forget.
Interesting. Okay, guys, let me just see if I can find something that talks about this movie. Pied Piper. So let me just... Well, guys, it does sound like it's true, doesn't it? Let's see if we're gonna... Let's type it in different. Elvis Lost... I'll type it in Elvis Lost Film. Lost Film. Let's see what comes up. We'll do this together, guys. We've got Lost Home movies. No. Elvis Lost Film. There we go. Elvis Lost Home movies. No, that's not the one we're looking for. Now let me type in the words Pied Piper. Piper. Right, so I think we've played that. I'm going to go and do some proper research on this. No, there's nothing here, but I did find something. Let me just have, before I go, guys, I just want to see if I can get this clip that I found. I did find a clip of these people talking about this film. Just trying to see if I can get it to play. See if it lets me log in, because it won't let me do it unless I log in. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's going to work. I'm fascinated by it. I'd love to see this. Anything, any information about this, for me, is wow. Let's see if it's going to let me do it. Should we try a password? Otherwise, we're going to have to come back and do a part 2 to this, which is fine. Is it going to let me do it? No, let's try another way. No, it's not going to let me log in. It's a shame because I wonder if I could, let me just get I could put it on a stand. Let's put it on a stand and let's play it. I'm going to try that way, guys. Here we go. Right, I haven't watched this properly yet. I do think it mentions it. Let me just make sure it's the right one. Yeah, here we go. Right, I think this relates to it. I'm not definite. We'll play it and we'll just see what happens, yeah? Okay. Okay, guys. Let me just see if we've got... Obviously, it's a bit small, but let's just see if it just talks about it. Let me just get it. If it doesn't, we'll just come off and we'll do a part 2.
High school, right here in the Cleveland area, a bunch of these big rock and roll stars performing and doing the show. It was in that early period of rock and roll in 1955. Rock and roll had been going for a while. You can trace it back if you want to go to New Orleans and look at Fats Domino back in the late 40s. But this is right on the cusp of rock and roll breaking out nationwide. 1 year later after this, in 1956, Elvis Presley will be on the Dorsey Brothers stage show, the Ed Sullivan Show, and will become a national and very quickly after that, worldwide icon. So this show is sort of that last moment as things are just on the cusp of breaking out for rock and roll all around the world.
I read where that you have to keep the yearbooks hidden away because of the interest in them.
People would give their IGs for the 56 yearbook from Elvis in October of 55. We keep it hidden so it doesn't walk out the door. You never know.
How would you describe the collection of artifacts and photos that you have from that concert here?
It's quite extensive. We don't have much of anything that's original except probably the floor and we have a full panel of the curtain.
So every year you hear from somebody about that concert.
Yes, there's a lot of young people that kind of still follow it and would not have been around at the time.
What do you remember about the concert itself?
It was good.
So, this is a bit more proof, isn't it? So, these are people that were there, I think. Yeah? So, let's just keep going, see how we get on. We've got a few more minutes left before I have to go. So, this is enjoyable.
Still follow it and would not have been around at the time.
What do you remember about the concert itself?
It was good.
Really?
It was very good. Very good. Elvis had the red coat on, red sport coat on. I remember a couple of the strings broke on the guitar as he was playing it.
What was the reaction of the students?
Oh,
during the
my
concert?
God. I mean, an explosion. Oh, yeah, they loved it.
Oh, okay.
And the behavior was very good because we had an agreement with the superintendent, with Mr. Rice, that if we behaved ourselves during these assemblies, we would have another one the next month.
I do remember Elvis, and I remember one of the things that John brought up about the broken guitar string.
Oh.
That's the one thing that sticks in my mind.
So what did Elvis do when the string broke? Just kept playing?
He just kept playing. Yeah, I just remember him jumping around with the broken string flopping in the air.
Does it surprise
So,
you?
guys, come on, this has got to be proof, isn't it? People that were actually there.
Interested in that concert?
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, for years and years, you would tell people that Brooklyn hosted Elvis Presley. and they would say, no, you're crazy, you know. But now everybody has finally figured out for sure.
So what do you remember about the concert?
It was all new to me because I was seventh grade, and this was the first time I was ever exposed to this type of music.
Oh, okay.
And I remember Elvis, and he had a red suit on, and they turned the yellow lights on stage, and it made it look orange.
Oh,
See that? He had a red suit on, the lights on the stage came on, and he glowed orange. Wow. Could you imagine that lady as a teenager seeing Elvis Presley, I think 1955, is it? Wow. At the cusp, just as he was about to become super famous. I love this story. I'm definitely going to do some more research into this, guys.
And he was very shy. It was his first concert or first appearance that he had. And he, very timid. He didn't jump around or all that, you know, like most of them do.
I remember back in those days, it was like Bobby Soxers and girls screaming and swooning. Did any of that go on?
Not in our school because that was taboo. Everybody acted like ladies and gentlemen, or else you were escorted out. At the end, they would say, yeah, make a lot of noise and applaud and stand and cheer. But during the concert itself, you could very quickly clap for them after their performance.
What kind of reaction you get when you tell people you were at that concert?
They said that was mostly, really? Was he really there? And I said, yes.
Did you get a sense, you know, this guy's going to be a star someday, or just
No.
he's just a performer?
Just, it was, like I said, it's all new to me.
Yeah.
It's all new to me.
Wow. So fascinating, guys. And that's from clevedon.com. The channel is clevedon.com on YouTube. I think that's all of the things I've found. Oh, what's this one here? Let me just see what this one is. Don't like using my phone, but sort of have no. All right. Okay. There's a write-up here. Okay. Let me just read this out. So, right. Okay. I have posted a blog today that summarizes the main points, at least as far as I understand them, regarding the Lost Pied Piper of Clevedon film, which was shot on October the 20th, 1955. I'm still digging around looking for anything that's new that might be out there. But so far, nothing has turned up. Then someone says, the famous Pied Piper of Clevedon show was every Elvis fan's dream of this film coming to see the light of day. So there's a picture. Let's have a look. Is it going to say anything else? Oh, some more pictures here. Interesting. There's some old newspaper clips. I'll just quickly show you them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to blow them up and try and read them. You're not really going to see it here. There's some black and white pictures showing Elvis at the concert. Not very clear. I like that one. Look at that one. It's a shame it's not very clear. I'll try and get these up. What's it say here? So a film company pays a lot of money for a movie and then flies away. All we heard about this movie is from Bill Randall. There never has been any shred of evidence. In 1981 or 1982 interviewed Shelby Singleton, and he claimed he had enough unreleased Elvis songs for 4 LPs. Even if there would be 8 songs per LP, this would have been 32 songs. Nothing emerged. So why is anybody taking the claims with a grain of salt? Obviously, this person doesn't believe it. So we've got all different comments now. Well, we do know the film was shot from witnesses who say the show and some who performed in it, like Pat Boone. Your question frames the basis of doubt about anything ever actually being done with this footage. It's puzzling that Universal crew shot the film, yet no record of it exists in Universal files. It's just possible that Randall really did contract with Universal to shoot the film, paid for it, owned it, and then when was unable to do anything with it for one reason or another, it's probably safe guess he was unable to release it commercially because he could not get permission to use some of the footage from the artist, particularly Elvis, and the film just languished and possibly deteriorated physically. By 1956, I don't see the Colonel going along with it releasing anything that he either didn't control or that he feared could cast Elvis in unflattering light. Without Elvis footage, the film commercial value would have been minimal. My guess is that if anyone did have this film, they would have at least tried to do something with it, or at least announce its discovery, if only for bragging rights. Meanwhile, the trail is getting decidedly colder. So just lots of comments here, guys. Some believe it, some don't. I hope someday this movie will see the light of day, but I highly doubt it exists. So, a lot of doubters. Guys, what do you think? Leave it in the comments. What do you think? Is it possible? Shall I just try? Let me just try one more time to just see if we can go into Google at this time instead of YouTube. But I don't think we'll get much luck on YouTube. Let's just type in Elvis. We'll do this together, yeah? Elvis lost film Pied Piper. Let's just see what comes up, yeah? It needs to be a short clip because that's like 53 minutes long. I'm going to watch that though. Here we go. Look, Pied Piper of Forum Clevedon. Let's see what comes up. I think this is the one I just read. Yeah, no, this is the one I just read. I wonder if there's any pictures on it. Let's have a look. Oh, was that a picture? Mm-hmm. Right, so we've got, these are the pictures that I think I was seeing just now. Let's see if it comes up a bit clearer. Come on, we don't want it blue. Let's get a picture. Why is it coming up blue for? These are some pictures, but they're coming up blue. I have no idea why. This is the news clip I was saying to you about. Why is it blue? Let me click on it. Aha! Right. I wonder if it lets me scroll through them. So, a bit too small for me to read, but when... Oh, I can't see it. The show at Clevedon Brooklyn High School on October the 20th, 1955, audience members who had come to see the headliner, Pat Boone, didn't know quite what to make of the trio singing a hip, twitching 20-year-old named Elvis Presley. Nor, as it turns out, did the Universal Studio camera crew on hand to shoot a short subject about the events. I wonder if I can blow that up. Does it let me do that? I'm not very technical, guys. Can't see it letting me blow it up. Should we right click it? Magnify. Here we go. Is that magnifying it? Let's have a go. Then I'll try and read it. Alright, so it does let me magnify it, but let's go down a bit. Alright, that's better. Okay, I can read that. Now it turns out did the Universal Studio camera crew on hand to shoot a short subject about event promoter Bill Randall and a popular local DJ, Randall, who had booked Presley for $350 after seeing him down south the year before, paid the film crew extra to shoot Elvis performing 5 songs. 37 years later, Randall has sold the footage, some kind of earliest of the Kings ever shot, for a reported $1.9 million to Universal. I don't know if that's true, guys. Is it or not? Leave it in the comments. Which killed the short stored, the unedited film in Canada's marked a day in the life of famous DJ. Never knew what treasure the canister contained. Randall did, and over the years he established an ownership of the copyright in the name. Last winter he sold it sight unseen to a British production company that learned of its existence. While researching a documentary of Elvis, the company's parents corporation Polygram in turn bought the film for $2.2 million. For all they knew, the canister could have contained dust. It was, Randall says, a crapshoot for them. Fortunately, Polygram, the film, was in good condition, and they now plan to include it in the project documentary. As for Randall, who now hosts a Cleveland radio music and talk show, the windfall almost makes up for missed opportunity. After the film concert, he says Elvis sought him out as a manager and Randall opted instead to stay in Cleveland. Weeks later, Elvis put his career and a healthy chunk of his millions in the hand of Colonel Tom Parker. Okay, so very interesting. Wonder if it's going to let me download that. I think it will. Let's save it, shall we? Just interesting, guys. Interesting. Elvis. Lost film. Here we go. That's just interesting. So, okay. Let's just X that off. I like it. Let's go back to the actual article. So, I wonder if I click on it, if I click on the pictures, I wonder if it will let me scroll through them. Now that's a great picture, a great early picture of Elvis. Love that. Here's another one. Just, you know, wow, you can just see the youthfulness. He's there playing his guitar. I just find it all fascinating, guys. What is the other articles? No, that's nothing. Let's go back a bit. Let's see if it shows us anything else. The Lost Movie, October 1955. That's the one that is too long. I will watch that. So some of you guys are going to know much more about this than me. Who knows? Maybe it was discovered. Who knows? Okay, I think that'll do. Got to go and get the kids up to school now. I'm still going to do some more research into this. I want to learn a bit more. I want to understand it more. Maybe there's things that you know I don't know. Please leave it in the comments. Hope you've enjoyed it. Just a bit of fun, guys. I'm going to go make myself a nice coffee and do some more research. Take care, guys.